That's a nice transition. That was a fadearooski.
Set up.
Woo! A lot of perspective in this room tonight. A lot of perspective. You gotta go out and win a fucking golf tournament or 3 this weekend, boys. All right, Pot of Gold, welcome back. I got to take this earbud out. That's too rough. Do I sound okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mic check.
Pot of
Mike,
Gold.
he's got the best set on.
Welcome
right
back. I'm Brett. I'm here with Mike. Grant, the intern, in a hat, in the Pot of Gold hoodie, rocking behind the board. Let's just kick it off. Huge news. Sharon Moore out as the Michigan head coach.
Old news, buddy.
Wait, what do you mean? We haven't talked about this.
Welcome back. Welcome back from Mexico.
How
yeah,
was the Latinx?
It's good to be back. It's beautiful. Enjoyed myself. I got a good kick out of you guys showing my James Bond looking fit on the
Great outfit, great suit.
on the pod. And I told right before we got on the air, I told them that I got pulled away for an extra security check, like getting on the plane after all this stuff. And it timed up perfectly towards the end of the pod where they're talking defensive line and Mike gets in Grant's ass for not watching the D-line film of Deuce Geauxld. And I was just literally, they're checking to see if I brought a bomb on the plane, and I'm just laughing in the Cancun airport. So good to be back. Enjoy the pod. It was a fun listen. Let's get it going. Cheers, boys. L'chaim.
Yeah, cheers. Merry Christmas. Happy day 3 of Hanukkah. We're moving right along here. The year's over. I mean, and all we have to do right now is just go through the dredges of mockery, through just a tunnel of people yelling at us and screaming and laughing and taunting. And I feel like we're just on Lane's back, and we're just like, we trust you, man.
We're the guys taking all the daggers, the army man taking the daggers, and Lane's just comfortably in her yoga pose on the ground.
We trust you. You're getting us through. And like at the end of this tunnel, it just says like 1/2/2026. Like we're almost there.
Yeah.
I think January 2nd, things are going to flip. So it's bookmark season, boys.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's bookmark season. Get them locked, get them loaded.
I mean, I think that kind of flows perfectly into like you have to trust Lane. Like the news obviously broke. Yeah, Moscona had it first, but didn't say it. If anybody tries to give anyone credit before Matt Moscona, shame on you, because he had it on Tuesday.
He had it on Tuesday. Should have run it.
Frank Wilson
should have ran with it.
Frank Wilson going to the Ole Miss Rebels.
Yeah. Frank versus Kevin Smith is going to be a big topic of this podcast. So we will absolutely get there. Quarterback portal season just out of control right now. Have your pick. And so that's probably going to be a good discussion today.
We got playoff football in 24 hours.
Football is a big topic. Let's see. D-line coaching search. What's happening? What are we doing there?
Don't know.
Muschamp to Texas.
Coach Boone.
Welcome back.
Pelini, part 2.
So is he pulling his Ed O card for Sark? Is he just sneaking his way in to be an interim soon?
Probably.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Bryce Brown, Edna Carr, all the action.
GOAT, as some people would say on Twitter.
Trinidad and Kwan Lacey had some interesting comments in their press conference. But at the same time, none of their fans are worried about that.
No.
Because they're getting Caleb Jackson.
They got, yeah. Jawan Johnson, come on down.
Yeah.
Come to the sip.
Yeah. Austin Thomas versus Glasscock is going to be a great segment.
Wait, what's his last name?
That's what I mean. It's going to be a great segment every week next year talking about Glasscock and the recruiting. Over. Let's see. Player contract extensions.
Oh, it's re-signing season, boys.
What a mess. What a mess.
Disgusting.
I side with Geauxld on this. He went off, even though he's been going off about the playoffs in general. He like doubled down and did a massive take on, extension tweets. What his point, and you know what, we'll say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not do the entire podcast in 3.5 minutes.
No, I'm just going down the hot topics.
I get it.
You've been gone.
Hot topics. The show runs differently now.
You've been gone.
I'm surprised Grant hasn't been super eager to jump in, because he was hot on the mics. I thought
No,
you did
it's
a
more
great
of
job.
a visual appearance, like the Santa hat. He's got the old school pot of gold jacket on.
I will say, it brought me great joy that Grant got very flustered when he was in the mix and having to try to look things up. It brought me a lot of joy because sometimes he was like, wait, what? I couldn't pay attention. Do you, Mike?
Or then
like, you got to be locked in.
There was one point where he's like, all right, check this out. We're just like watching this video. I was like, this is a podcast.
He's like, they can't hear it.
They can't see or hear.
I was like, yeah, well, that's not going to work. It's just you and I, buddy. No, it was a fun time. Did really well. A lot to unpack. Where do you want to go?
I mean, you have to kind of start with Frank.
You have to start with Frank. Like you said, Moscona knew about this on Tuesday.
Done been knowing about it.
So the news breaks that Frank is going on this, which it's weird because the AC just kicked on. It's late December and we have to have AC.
And we had to drip the faucet 40 hours ago.
Yeah, it's warm.
It's warm with this sweater.
We have all 4 seasons in a week. No. Ominous, like I'm not going to say if I'm going or not yet.
It's very weird.
But yet Frank's going to go out and be like, yeah, I'm the new running backs coach at Ole Miss.
I don't know that it's ever been said running backs coach.
Isn't that why he's not staying? It's because he doesn't have an on-the-field position.
That's what we assume, but that doesn't mean that they would maybe not have a safeties coach and a corners coach. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get your 11 on-field coaches.
I didn't even consider that wasn't going to be the case.
I agree.
I'm just assuming he is the running backs coach, and that's why I'm like, can we just announce that Kevin Smith's coming, or are y'all still trying to work Kawan Lacey back into the fold here?
Yeah. No, it is weird. It is strange.
So that's an interesting angle to look at there. It is bizarre, right? That everyone now, it's like, okay, well, Ole Miss, they won this deal. Like, you take Lane Kiffin, we got Frank.
Yes. The tweets that live rent-free in my head are that Ole Miss fans being like, we took their GM, we took their best recruiter. It's like, what the fuck world do you live in?
What do you mean took?
You telling me that the Frank, the guy who's been campaigning to keep a job for the last 7 weeks, is just going to up and go to Ole Miss because, like, but Lane was like, we need you here? Like, obviously
this is what
not.
I never wanted to happen.
You don't think Austin Thomas literally just left Ole Miss? And sure, I guess you could say, like, he was trying to get away from Lane, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, if Lane wanted him, he'd be having purple. Can I still have a headset, Coach? Yeah. Brian let me have a headset.
Yeah, I got to do some adjustments.
Is that where negotiations fell apart? Is that Austin Thomas like, I have to have a headset on the sidelines?
No, I think Lane is that confident that, like, I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
Verge Osbury told me I can do it. I'm not going to have anybody chirping in my ear about who needs to stay. This is what we talked about where, hey, if Kenny Dillingham was our coach, we'd probably be worried about all the outside influence. Yep. Hey, you got to keep Austin Thomas. You got to keep Frank Wilson. You got to go after XYZ.
Even though it hasn't worked, we got to keep running the same shit back.
And that's where I think we need to have the conversation is the last person I ever wanted to see leave our staff is Frank Wilson.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm a fan of LSU football.
It's obvious that Frank Wilson loves LSU.
No doubt. Lane Kiffin does not love LSU. Lane Kiffin wants to win and prove people wrong as fast as possible.
Yep.
So in his mind, it's his way that he feels like the best opportunity for LSU to get another trophy is to win now.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to win tomorrow, I need Kawan Lacey and Trinidad Chambliss because I can roll with that group, right? I am willing to trade Frank Wilson for Kawan Lacey to be on my roster next year. Because I need to win now. And in college football now, it's more about the bag and the NIL backing. That's why I'm here. The difference in that third-party NIL over the cap money is why I went to LSU. So I can buy my roster. And I trust Glasscock to be able to help me evaluate that better than a guy in Austin Thomas, which I had on my staff before. I can have my pick on who's better.
Yeah.
I chose the other guy. Frank is a different anomaly. Frank probably wants an on-field position and wants to be very integral in the development of running backs. I think he's passionate about that. He's made his name on it, etc. Even though the data shows us we have been pretty bad in the running back category when it comes to production since he's been here. Yep. Done less with more talent, etc. Lane needs immediate developmental results. So if he can buy and get a transfer over of the best players. He is focused rather than family connections to player development.
Yeah.
So if I can bring the best player in with this money, so I've already equalized the recruiting side of it. Now I need a developer. So I'm choosing Kevin because we need to win tomorrow.
And kind of going off that, I'm sure that Lane thinks if somebody at Carr or St. Aug decides to go to Ole Miss for Frank, I'll probably have a chance to get them in 2 years when they're more physically mature and ready to play and want to come home. Then, like, I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like Lane maybe more out of necessity has worked the portal at Ole Miss, where in people's minds at LSU you don't have to do that as much. But also it's like there's this weird dynamic of why would I invest all this money into this high school player while they're developing? Like, I should maybe get them a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 for TJ Finley down the road, like get them later for the same price sheet. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic.
The shit out of them.
It's just a weird dynamic of where college football is. And that kind of ties into the whole like re-signing extensions with teams when you're a fucking sophomore.
It's disgusting.
I think there's a formula that coaches are trying to figure out. And especially in these transition years where you're getting a new coach, where you weren't able to sign 25, 30 kids, right? Just the numbers limited. I think we signed 15 high school kids. Like, and I don't think
14, maybe less.
I don't think that was because we
13.
wanted to sign a few number or a small number. I think it was just part of the formula that we're working on. Even Brian Kelly did the same thing.
Yeah.
The portal.
BK did everything.
But
wrong.
also look at the stars. Let's say quarterback, for example. Like, I think it's almost positional as to who the impact portal players become, right?
Yeah.
The quarterbacks, look at all the last quarterbacks are all transfers that won the Heisman.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, everybody fucking transfers. Like the thought of LSU, it's like you're going to have
every kid on your
weeks.
roster's transfer.
You're going to have a here or there, but like the thought of us having a Garrett Nussmeier type dude on the roster for 6 years under Lane, it's like it's not going to happen.
No, you
Either
need to
you're gonna
identify
have
somebody
success
immediately.
Yeah.
Freshman and sophomore year is your stage to see, am I staying here or not?
Yeah.
Like, am I going to play? Am I going to be the guy? If not, I'm going elsewhere. Right. And so your freshman classes, hopefully you hold on to maybe 5 of those guys, right, that are contributors. Everybody else is going to transfer. I think Lane understands that, and he's focused on, let me get those guys that just need a little polish, but they're the top of their game. And I think he feels like in the amount of years he's coached with Kevin Smith, that is the best way to go. He's
played against Frank. He's had Frank on his staff.
Yeah.
It's not like he's coming in completely fucking blind and being like, well, maybe this dude's a mole for the administration. It's not, he knows who Frank is.
No. And all the hate that Frank's getting, I think that's ridiculous.
I agree.
I love Frank Wilson. I don't know if this is the right move or not.
Correct.
I'm just explaining and breaking down why this happened the way it is. It's not that Lane doesn't like Frank Wilson. It's because of what he sees the college setting is today.
A coach you're paying $14 million a year to, his success shouldn't hinge on the fucking running backs.
Look at it this way. When Brian Kelly came in and he named Brian Polian the recruiting coordinator, that was a much bigger issue than what's happening right now. Like that. I know it's 2 different things, but like
what is the value with Frank Wilson on paper? Not as a fan's perspective of how much we idolize Frank and know that his connection to New Orleans, his connection to New Orleans is great and all that good stuff. We know all that, but from the outside looking in, if I'm coming in and saying, so does Bryce Brown, so does Leonard Fournette, so does Tyrann Mathieu, like so do all these other guys. Since Frank was the man in the year 2000. Right, there could be other advocates and connections in New Orleans, and I think I can tap into that, and at the same time, not have to have that person as an on-field coach at the expense of the development of one of the most important pieces of my offense, which is my calling card. So that's the reasoning behind it.
And look, I want you to go back because Geauxld put a good point in the chat that I was going to try to get to here. There was a great tweet from an Ole Miss. I'm just in love with Ole Miss Twitter.
Bookmark season.
Like, just in love. But it was like, seriously, this is the guy we're getting. And it was Frank Wilson's like 247 recruiting page. And it's just a continuous like phone scroll of the Leonard Fournette, like literally all
Jarvis
these dudes.
Landry,
it's New Orleans, it's all Louisiana dudes except for like Spencer Ware.
Yeah.
And it's like, that isn't all of a sudden going to fucking jump itself into Oxford, Mississippi.
No.
Could it happen here, there?
100%.
Yes. And Gerald put in the chat, in Frank's stint at Ole Miss and Tennessee, he signed 4 New Orleans kids to that roster.
His biggest get was Jansen Jackson, but he was a New Orleans kid, right? He's just a great recruiter. There's no doubt that Frank Wilson is a great recruiter.
Yeah.
Recruiting in this day and age, though, is completely different.
His value has diminished in the NIL era.
So if all you're looking for is a plug into the hallways of Carr, you can do that without him. Right?
Yeah. So sign Tyrann Mathieu to some player personnel development thing and let him be the guy.
Yes, it's not Lane's responsibility to be like, yeah, I'm going to grandfather this one in because the fans love him so much. I need to win. And this is what it takes to do it. So but my point is about this situation is we love Frank Wilson.
Yep.
He did an awesome job recruiting. If we win, we got him, right? Yep. The number 1 receiver in the country is out of New Orleans for next year. He's committed to Texas. You know, like they're not automatically coming to you, right? Because of Frank Wilson.
Yeah.
You're going to have to win and you're going to have to recruit.
And guess what? If Texas does the same offense, and I get that they were ranked higher than LSU, whatever. If it's the same offense as this year and Lane comes in and gives us the same offense he's had any year at Ole Miss, then that kid's probably more interested in coming here. And it has nothing to do with the fucking running backs coach.
It took one season in 2019 when we went off with Jamar and Justin Jefferson. You had California kids. You had you had the whole country being like, I want in. Now, we fumbled the bag.
COVID.
Right? And nothing came to fruition. But there was a period of time there where dudes that were growing up in high school
we had like number 1, 2, and 4 receivers in the country, and none of them were from Louisiana.
Moore, there was years where like those kids that were kids during 2019 idolized LSU as this high-flying offense. Even with the transition of Brian Kelly, they were like, yeah, well, maybe like it's LSU, Joe Burrow. That's gone. And so you have to reinvent it. But look what happened when that period took place. Yeah. Everyone wants to come, regardless of if they're from New Orleans or not. So we'll be fine. We got to win.
Have you watched the like Hanny cast that they've been doing? It's really been good. They're breaking down like 2 full series from LSU, Ole Miss, like breaking down Ole Miss's offense. One, the way they use the tight end, if you just like think about Trey'Dez Green,
I did go back and watch the Georgia Ole Miss game.
But it's just
that dude was good. The guy with the long hair is always open. Yeah,
it's just so fun to watch, and I'm excited to watch with LSU players now. The way Lane just fucking choreographs football, it's like everything is set up for something, and he runs the exact same look up front 5 times in a row. One's a handoff, one's a keeper, one's a pass out in the flat, one's a fade ball. It's like this.
He's a killer.
He's going to show you the same shit, and it's like you can't win. If my guy makes the right read, you can't win, and it's just fun to watch. And again, I know that there's probably going to be times where we're hating on Lane, but it's really been fun to watch the Haney cast where they like go through and break down the drive. So the tight end does the same thing like 5 times in a row and catches 2 passes, gets a key block, like just everything.
Yeah, he's a director of traffic, man. He orchestrating or choreographing is a great way to go. He's a killer.
We talked a ton of times, which shout out to Joe Sloan for tweeting out the most sorry kitty cat emoji whenever there's someone signs. That's a great thing. But we talked so much about how Joe Sloan like had no rhythm to his play calling, and it's the exact opposite in these Lane Kiffin things you watch.
So Moscona broke down something about
broke something.
Should have broke down something about right now. Glasscock and Kiffin are evaluating every single person on the roster this week and putting a value to them. And if that value is less than what they came here for, you either accept it or you kick rocks.
Right.
And we're going to replace you with that's how they're identifying where the portal direction is going is based on the evaluations this week. And they're lining up who they have in the bag, who they think they can get after and replace you because you're asking for more money than you're worth in their eyes based on their evaluation. So he was at practice today. He's been lingering, monitoring what's going on.
Too late.
Linger.
Okay,
man.
you got it.
I don't know if that's what happened to Kern,
Yeah.
but Kern is the first one that I was like, uh-oh. Like, why are you leaving? Like, we need at least you and Solomon Thomas to hold tight, right? But after hearing what happened today and that news going out that, like, they're literally talking numbers this week with the current roster, I wonder if it was a numbers issue of just like, hey, this is where
Like,
we
just
have you.
because you're the nicest turd in this giant pile of shit that we have
Correct.
doesn't mean that we're going to pay you $1 million. Yeah, I
Is
get
it,
it.
is it the same conversation Summerall had with Lagway?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, listen, this is what we have for you. This is our value. It's not what it was 2 years ago when you got here, right? And we're bringing in a backup to compete. Like,
Yeah.
Are you out of here or are you willing to do it?
Test the open
you're
markets if
you're
you
not
like.
getting a 3% raise here. So
Correct. Yes. I think that's exactly, like, I think these players probably expect, like, hey, I'm on year 3, like y'all said, incentives, blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, man,
right.
you're not that guy right now.
Yeah.
Not that guy, pal.
Not
You're not that guy.
guy.
So
Yeah, I think you're going to find a lot of kids left on the outside looking in because of that, because they think, you know,
Weeks
their
getting
family-
a fucking getting a
huge
bonus.
Huge bonus.
Yeah.
Huge bonus.
it'll be a racial thing.
Your performance
No.
has done. Your performance has been through the
Stop.
roof. Yeah, Grant.
Stop.
Disgusting.
It's because he's white.
It's a clean
man.
show.
Or is it because he's sleeping with the coach's daughter?
It's probably it.
That's where I was going. Not that he was white.
Happy birthday, Landry.
To be clear to anyone, the one person that thought it was a race, and I was talking about boning his daughter.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Got
They
it.
could just hold
Allegedly.
hands.
We don't know.
They don't do
He's
that.
a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
He's a good dude. No, Witt's going to come back. That'd be great. I don't know if that's official, but I think it's pretty much.
I do. What
assumed.
about Ahmad Bro?
So let's get into the details about who. If you look through the roster, I feel like this is going to be a complete. Like, you're not going to recognize this team at all next year. Like, this is going to be a completely portal team. I think you're going to hold on to the handful of guys that they're going to pay a lot of money for. You got Trey'Dez Green and you got DJ Pickett,
Yep.
right? They identified those two
Hey, Nike.
right out of the
Yeah.
barn. They're
Real
like, hey,
quick.
those are our guys. We'll
Do what
keep
you gotta
funneling, guys to you. But, like, no matter what, these
Yeah.
are the two in case this crashes. I think after that, though, you have to look at a guy like Harlem Berry if you're looking offensively. But he hasn't really been talked about, and now everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, well, his dad was on an interview saying, I hope they keep Frank. So we got to keep Frank. Like, I don't know if that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
I think it's, hey, look at the player development. Look at what I can do in this offense. Yeah, I'm bringing Kwan Lacey in, but it's you and Kwan.
Yeah.
Like, think about that 1-2 punch.
It's not a one where, we're not running one back the whole season.
Right. So it's just interesting that we haven't heard much about Harlem Berry's position and situation and all this.
I was literally
And
going to,
he's
that
the
was my next
main
thing I was going to bring up.
Player and this conversation when it comes to the trade of Frank Wilson for Kwan Lacey, does that also trade Harlem Berry? And I think if that happens, then we look at this a little differently.
Well, then Lacey is like a must, and you have to go get a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need some players back there, and Kwan Lacey better come and better be a guy. Witt has the best incentive package. Yeah, it absolutely does. Defensively, I think you got it with DJ Pickett. I think PJ Woodland is another guy that you need to make sure stays.
Yeah.
You have to have a conversation and be like, hey, like the way that him and Pickett have kind of developed this past year, that's your 1-2.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to worry about, I have to get the best corner out of the portal. I think those are your main guys.
Seems like Spears can play safety for you. You probably need to
Spears,
get one or two
I'm
more.
not so
Relaford.
concerned about retaining some of these defensive guys. Maybe
Because
some
the
D
staff's
linemen
staying.
because we don't know the
I
coach
agree.
yet.
You don't know
But
the coaches.
because we
What if
have a
Relaford's
coordinator
like, hey, this is what I'm worth.
and Corey Raymond coming back.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
agree.
No, I know. But it doesn't matter. This
Yeah, I know,
day and
there's
age,
sharks
there's
in the
always
water.
a possibility
Yeah.
that it's like, hey, they brought in Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson, whatever, you might get phased out.
Right.
Don McKinley, do you want to go play with your brother at Ohio State? We'll give you this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's things that could happen.
A sneaky transfer that kind of made me sad because I was picturing him in Lane Kiffin's offense is Jelani Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins leaving. I
Yeah.
think we're going to get a better Watkins.
I'm not saying we won't, but it's like,
trading
when you
Watkins
get
for Watkins
Lane and you
helps.
look at the roster and you're like,
Yeah.
that's speed. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Lane loves speed. And so you kind of like start talking yourself into it and they're like, oh shit, he's gone.
The offensive people that are jumping that had some talent, like if Teron Francis went in the portal tomorrow, I'd kind of be like, damn, I really wanted to see what he could do. You know what I mean? Like those are some of the guys I feel like he's really evaluating right now. So this bowl prep, I guarantee you're seeing a lot of these like super young, like Teron Francis.
Yeah.
I think Destin Hill's probably playing to try out. Like it's almost like an evaluation period of where's your value.
Yeah, luckily we got into a bowl. I feel like that's big for Lane and them to evaluate the roster and everything.
Right. So we'll see what happens. I think January 2nd, though, they're going to have an idea of like, this is who we're targeting.
Yeah.
Because we need to upgrade at this position, whatever the case may be. I think you have to bring in basically an entire O-line.
Yes,
I think you need
100%.
I think you probably need to sign at least 4 O-linemen, maybe 5. What?
Does Moore come back? I know that's like up in the air.
I feel like you have to because he's the only guy that can snap the football. You don't want to be left with just one.
I don't think we're getting rid of him. I think it's up to him if he's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, but you're going to get a center as well in the portal.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you need to get
you got to think Chester's
line
gone.
guys.
You got to think DJ Chester's gone. So you have to, but I think Bordelon can snap the football.
Yeah.
So you got some centers there. Honestly, Kern, in my opinion, talent-wise, was like, we need to keep this guy.
I agree.
But again, there's probably something more there, and we don't know the whole story. And
back in the Nick Saban days, we called it getting processed. Now it's just maybe a little more financial deals that go into it.
I hope it wasn't a money thing, but it could have been.
Can't wait to see Weston Davis' portal announcement.
Weston Davis will probably leave.
They really liked his potential, though.
I really thought Tyree Adams played okay whenever he was healthy. And I think
agree.
if this new coach can come in and work with these guys and fix some of these flaws, I think Tyree Adams is a guy that can play still. I think Isaiah Thomas is a massive get a couple years back or last year. He got hurt.
Solomon.
Yeah, Solomon Thomas. What did I say?
Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, same thing.
That's
his uncle.
Solomon. Yeah, Solomon Thomas. I think is a guy that's got great potential. Hopefully we can see that be developed. You could have him out there. You could have Tyree Adams out there. And then you go find like 4 studs, right? I don't know. I think at minimum you need to get 4 O-linemen. Receiver, you're going to be replacing a ton.
You may have to overpay for some backup at Texas that you got to take a shot on. It's like, oh, well, that's what we're going to do.
I think quarterback is the room of the transfer portal that is the hottest topic for LSU.
It just cracks me up that anytime anybody fucking sniffs in the portal, Peter Nakos is like, LSU is a team to watch with this guy.
So it's very known, right, that by now, Thursday of the quarterback announcement week, basically, that started with Lagway, then you had Levitt officially goes in, Sorsby comes out, and everybody's like, I didn't know about this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know this was possible. And now that he's transferring, he looks like the best dude. And then you got us rumored for Levitt. And then the more and more quarterbacks that come out, LSU and Miami are named. So Nakos comes out and basically says, this is what it's going to look like because LSU and Miami are the 2 highest bidders right now for quarterbacks that need it. They have the most resources. They have
the
offensive
biggest
centric brands
yeah.
now. Like this is going to be a landing spot for the top 2 guys. So now that's how I feel every time I see someone jump in. It's like, okay, it's either us or Miami for the top echelon of this portal group. Who is that guy? Because there's a lot of interpretation. There's a lot of splitting hairs on who the clear-cut number 1 guy is.
Trust in Lane. If Lane wants to take some D2 kid that we haven't heard about, guess what? He just put that guy into the fucking playoffs. So
but is that guy just 100% our guy if he gets this waiver?
Oh, I'm just meaning like the guy that Lane decides to take is, I believe, will be able to run Lane's offense.
No, I know. But
if it's the kid from fucking North Texas, like, okay.
My question is all of this analyzing who's better between Sorsby and Levitt and Lagway? And
I think no matter what, we're taking 2. Now, whether that's 2 top guys, I don't know about that.
No one's transferring to compete. So you're going to get 1 top guy, and I think you need 2 extras.
Yeah.
But I think that top guy, we're going to have our pick. But what I'm asking is, do you think this is null and void. This conversation doesn't matter because if Chambliss gets the waiver, that's our guy, and then we'll just go for the backups.
I don't know that I'm fully convinced that Lane is like Trinidad Chambliss is my guy no matter what. I think Lane saw something in him and got really fucking lucky, if we're being honest, because Austin Simmons was the starter for them. So it's not like it was like guys elbowing in the room like we got it.
But what's the ceiling to that luck? You know, is it
higher evaluation?
Speaking of Simmons, did y'all listen to his dad's on a podcast this week?
No.
He was talking about, obviously he's like, yeah, you know, Trinidad came in, it wasn't ideal, you know, son got hurt, but he's like, obviously they're in a playoff, like he did what he had to do. But then he was saying like, he's like, yeah, we're open-minded. We'd play for Lane. Like they've called.
No, they love Lane. I know
blah,
that.
blah.
Yeah.
Like he's like, it would be plug and play immediately. That's what he said.
Yeah, I think Simmons is definitely one of those guys. I just don't know if Simmons
you can't
comes
be
in again as the backup.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if Trinidad leaves, Simmons is the dude at Ole Miss.
But I just don't know that Lane is like beholden to Trinidad.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he knows. I think he has a good idea of like what this dude can do. But if it's like if he thinks that Levitt or the fucking Cincinnati guy is like better, then I don't think Lane's like, well, I did promise Trinidad that I would you know.
But
he also just can't wait on a waiver too. Like he can't.
Apparently put all supposed to hit this week.
Well, no,
week's running dry.
It's Thursday night. No three did tweet it earlier.
Chambliss on Monday said he's supposed to hear by the end of this week
if the numbers are right from LSU.
If it actually went through.
How great was that interview where he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe
I gotta look at all my options."
Yeah.
Juwan Lacey said the same thing, basically, of just like, I don't pay attention to any of that.
And I know this is like the crazy diehard of it, but again, I'm in the thick of Ole Miss Twitter right now, and people are like, if he doesn't give a decision before the game, then you bench him for Simmons. I was just like, guys.
Yeah, that's funny. They're out of control. The Ole Miss fan base right now, hearts out to them. God bless them. Sweet, poor things, man.
But man, would it be great to watch Tulane win this game?
It'd be amazing.
Saturday.
It'd be amazing. I hope they're so damn distracted. I hope that literally Lane was the difference. And what do you do? Adjustments are going to be just lackluster.
What do you do if Pete Golding is just like a fucking disaster? Like burns through his timeouts on the first drive, gets infinite. Like, what do you do?
You ask him to get another haircut. Like that. I don't know what else you need to do with him. They're trying to make him look as clean and GQ as possible right now.
My guess is that they'll look good against Tulane and they'll win Twitter for the week, and then when they play, they would play.
I'm just looking
Ohio State.
Where are they at? They're on the
6,
opposite side
11
of Oregon, right?
So they would play the 3 Georgia. That's right. They would get a rematch of Georgia. So it's like I fully believe that they're gonna like win the week on Twitter. We didn't need Lane.
We're gonna
the yoga studio wasn't hot enough.
Yeah, he listens to catch up.
And then Kirby's just gonna rub their fucking face in it, and they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck,
it's over."
That's what I believe is gonna happen. But how funny would it be if this just a disaster, and they're like, we fucked up giving Golding this job, guys.
Yeah, and then like all the stuff, it's like the dirt's about to come out on Lane. The dirt's coming.
Yeah. The best season in your history of your program, and then you're like fucking just terrified at the end.
Yeah. We'll get to the playoffs in a second. That intrigued me. I know we want to get there. I trust that Lane's carrying us through, and the portal's going to fix this all, and we're gonna compete next year. The schedule looks crazy. I know it's difficult. I don't think you run that. You
don't have to win all your games.
No, but I do look at that schedule on like a realistic first year with Lane Kiffin, and then I'm like, first year doesn't matter anymore. You have to be able to get in and do it. I think you're looking at a 10-2 or a 9-3.
I agree. Team. Give me that. Sign me up.
If you can get 10-2, that'd be amazing.
I think 9-3
is probably what you're looking at, but maybe
and then you're probably arguing for the 12th seed.
Yeah, but if you're the team, if we've got that streak, yes sir. Yes, sir, my good sir.
Just a splash.
Come in and know me better. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe in Lane, obviously. I mean, I think It's exciting. It's exciting to see what the team. It sucks that it's so far away. We're not even through. Playoffs haven't
We've got
even
a whole
started.
baseball season before we actually see some spring ball.
And I just want that Clemson game to be here.
So let's get back to the quarterback because that's a big conversation. My opinion on the Chambliss situation is that is his guy. I think that's my guess.
That's what I think's going to happen. I just don't know that it's this like 100% stone cold lock.
No, I think what we really don't think is going to happen is that he's going to get this waiver. I don't think it's actually going to happen. I think Lane probably doesn't. He thinks it's a long shot.
Yeah.
And so he's interviewing. And
why would he not? I feel like anyone can play football as long as they fucking want these days.
Yeah. I don't know.
Diego did. Justin Reese Davis talking about him today.
Reese Davis on his high horse.
Couldn't be happier to see everybody come out and be like, yeah, I regret jumping
I
on this
immediately
wagon.
thought of Mike just watching Reese on his high horse. Like, if I could change my vote.
Yeah.
But it's like, guys, then you haven't been fucking paying attention.
Right, exactly.
What do you think he was going to do in New York?
The video of him and his two jabroni brothers walking out like they're McGregor going to a fight was just chef's kiss.
Yeah, and then hopping in a car with probably Theo Vaughn.
Shout out to Mendoza. Out of fucking nowhere.
Love Mendoza.
Vacation, everything. It didn't even cross my mind that the Heisman was happening.
It sneaks up on you, usually that day.
And then so like you were like, congrats to Mendoza. And it's like, holy shit. Like it didn't even dawn on me that like this dude or Diego Pavia was about to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
Which I still kind of feel like Pavia deserved it if we're being 100% honest. I like Mendoza. No shot at him.
The right guy to win the Heisman Trophy. He got it.
But like,
do I think the most electric MVP type of guy, like flipping the script for his
closest
whole
to Johnny
team?
Manziel we've seen in a decade.
Yeah, Pavia was that guy.
And so I don't know, but it was just I was just like taken aback because I was like, oh fuck, I thought Ty Simpson had it locked up a month ago, and I guess that changed.
I think if you're not going to be on a team that has a chance to play for the national championship and you win a Heisman, you better be Jaden Daniels level. And I don't think Pavia was a Jaden Daniels.
And what kind of brought me, and I'm glad you said it, because I also was just like, are we the only ones in history that have just put on like a full Heisman campaign for their player? Because we went balls to the wall for Jaden to win that Heisman. I didn't even know the Heisman was happening.
I think other teams do that.
I thought
we just haven't ever been used to it.
We weren't in the bubble.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think a lot of teams like wear shirts and stuff at the end of the year, like so-and-so for Heisman. They get behind it. We did go all out.
I just haven't seen a single thing about Julian saying should win the Heisman. That's all.
They don't need to. I think it's one of those things. If they win, they're in.
All right, Grant turned his mic back on. Thank you for the shout out in the chat.
We're good.
Mike's Grant. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so Mike's kind of off right now.
Who would you want at quarterback if it wasn't Chambliss? Who's your top pick right now? A lot of controversy with Levitt. I don't know, lymphatic surgery.
Yeah, there's part of me that like Levitt feels like he's got his team. I know everyone has a team, but I feel like you hear it a little more about like it's almost like back in the day where it's like, no, the uncle is like actually the one to make. That's kind of the vibe I'm catching with Levitt. Fair or not fair?
That it's real that's going to be our guy. Or
no,
that like just like
he's got a team that's making sure it's right for him, and it's like going to be too much drama. Like that, I think I just kind of want to be like, hey, you know what? Chambliss knows this offense. It'll be great to have someone who's like not also learning the playbook, blah, blah, blah. That I think that would be my number one guy, even if they're talent wise, there's two or three guys ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you and say I've been locked in on the Cincinnati quarterback film.
Dude's sick.
Fair.
The dude looks really great.
But like Grant with the D lineman, maybe I didn't catch his 247 page this week.
I think the Sorsby situation is I think he's a Texas Tech guy.
I'm sorry, the Lane picture caught my eye.
Good.
so when we were firing back Lane gifts back and forth to each other, the get your popcorn ready one happened. He makes the exact same face at the end of it. He's like, get your popcorn ready. He takes the headset off. He's He just blankly stares at the. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm sorry.
He always knows where the camera's at.
It caught my eye, and I just couldn't stop
He
it.
loves looking into the camera. What were we saying?
I don't.
Sorsby.
Chambliss, Sorsby.
So Sorsby, in my opinion, is the best dude. His girlfriend just went to Texas Tech. He's from Texas. Texas Tech is now like very adamant about we're going to spend whatever it costs to get the best quarterback.
I heard you on the pod saying you were not a Texas Tech believer.
He did say that.
I don't think they're going to win the national
He
championship.
did say that.
Okay.
I'm not buying.
I'm higher on Tech than you. Then
I think Oregon's going to win the whole thing. That's my prediction.
My only thought about Texas Tech is they have more of a defense than people know about them.
I watched one.
I just thought
full
Mike
game.
dismissed them a little too flippantly, I guess is where I'll stand.
I paid attention. I was betting, and I was betting on them, and I watched one of their games, and I was not impressed. Now they ended up winning the game, but
I just think everyone sucks, that they're good enough that they could be in the finals. That's all.
it could happen. I don't know. There was something about.
I mean, what do you think it's going to be? Indiana?
Well, let's go through
Okay,
the
I'm
bracket in a
sorry.
second.
I've derailed you twice in the last minute. I apologize.
This is a big topic,
Yes,
the quarterback.
I
Like,
fucked
we're
up.
about to get whoever we want.
Fucked up, Mike.
Okay. The fact that DJ Lagway, like earlier in the season when we were joking about it, be like, DJ Lagway is going to transfer to LSU next year. We joked about it well before this was even a thing.
He's used to throwing to LSU or LSU jerseys, Mike.
Now it's like, this dude sucks, right? We don't want Lagway. Or is he just a product of a shitty situation at Florida and this dude is talented as hell?
Right.
And Lane tried to recruit his dick off to get him the first time, knows how talented he is, and is like, nah, I can make this dude work.
I would be down to try Lagway because we're probably not winning the title year one. And
Right.
it's like, but if he turns into that dude, now all of a sudden you can win a title.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Like Lagway is not like he's an elite pocket passer. He can move,
And
but he's
Lane
not
needs
a
more of a
fucking wiggle
mobile
worm,
fair.
right? And I think
Wiggle worm.
you look at dude. You look at Sam Levitt's moves.
Yeah.
Like if he's healthy, right, and he's your guy that's fully healthy, that dude would be an absolute nightmare at LSU.
Yep.
Star. Immediately skyrocket to the Heisman for hype alone,
Yeah.
right? The amount of shit that's going to come with him at LSU. I don't know, though, if the ego of Lane and the ego of a Sam Levitt doesn't just blow up in our face and can bust.
I agree. There's more risk, I think, in
At
Levitt.
some point. And it's like, are we going to do that year one?
Yeah.
Because if it works, it works. Lightning in the bottle, like he came out and did it. Levitt looks like Bo Nix at Oregon. It's amazing. It's fun, electric. He is your offense. You know, everybody else is just icing on the cake.
Him, Lacey, Trey
Trey
Green.
like
and
we don't need to do much.
Yeah.
Like he can make it happen himself.
There's another quarterback that entered the poll right when we got started, Josh Hoover.
The TCU kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's another good one. So we're going to take multiple. I think we take the top quarterback in the portal or Trinidad Chambliss if the waiver hits. And then you get a guy like that,
Agreed.
a guy like from Oklahoma State or whatever.
You're going to compete.
Yeah.
Injuries always happen. You have a few years of eligibility. Chambliss is guaranteed 1 year. Like you,
But
yeah,
it's
I
not
agree.
your walk on from fucking Parkview.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what we're talking about here. So I don't know. Lagway is very interesting to me. I am so bought into the developmental aspect of Lane Kiffin as a quarterback coach. I feel like he could fix Lagway and like that would be sick.
I agree.
I feel like Chambliss in an LSU uniform would be flawless. It'd be great. I think Levitt has your biggest boom, but also the biggest bust in your face.
Yeah.
Like that would be bad. Like, hey, actually I got paid, but I'm injured. I'm transferring
Right.
again. Like
I'm actually not fast anymore. My knee's kind of fucked. Like I can still sling it, but
he looks like a little slimy. I watched a few of their games because we have had nothing else to do with football this past week. So I've watched Ole Miss versus Georgia. I watched Arizona State last year versus Texas. I also watched their game this past year against Texas Tech. Levitt, like, just grills his teammates. Like, you fucking went the wrong way. Like, it's never his fault. And then when he gets to the sideline, like, Dillingham's always trying to talk to him. He's like, get out of here. Like, just freaking out on people. I'm like, I don't know. Like, now that I'm paying attention to this dude, he's kind of a wild card.
yeah,
But
volatile.
he's a Diego. He's a
Yeah.
Manziel. He's all those guys that it's like, hey, I'm a dog, get out of my way. But he's at Arizona State.
Yeah.
So
And
anyway,
if we lose to Clemson, is it gonna? Yeah.
right. So Sorsby though looks like the most NFL ready guy that like is all around really good. He's waiting on his NFL evaluation, and then he's going to decide if he's going to the NFL or going to another
Probably
place.
a good year to go out in the NFL draft.
Probably, right? Because next year you're going to have, Arch and whoever.
Ty
like,
Simpson.
right, like all those guys.
Yeah, you're battling with like Nuss and fucking Pavia.
Mendoza, like you're probably the second or third quarterback.
Sellers off the board.
Sellers signed his extension.
Signed his extension.
That's so gross, man.
It makes me not want to. I'm telling you, if we would have fucking promoted Frank or hired some jabroni not named Lane Kiffin, I feel like I'd be getting pushed out of college football with all this shit.
100%.
I swear
if we would have
to
just
you.
been rolling it
But
back
you know
with
what?
Brian Kelly right
I'm just
now.
gonna watch Bryson play golf on YouTube from now on.
Yeah.
What are the Bryan Bros doing this week?
But like it's the whole thing. Like I replied to Nakos when he dropped his
I
first
saw
one.
it. I
I was just like, man, don't start this because I haven't seen this before.
So we're gonna catch 35 from every team a year.
Exactly. Like y'all have to find something to talk about because you got screwed out of this recruiting world.
You're
Now it's like,
overpaying Hayes, and you need them to do some fucking Adobe Photoshop work.
don't do this. Like,
Yes.
don't make this the thing because now everyone's going to have to sign their extension. Everyone.
And Texas A&M started it where it's going to be
Highest
a one-up fest from now on.
Yes,
the highest paid in the conference, the highest
paid
deal.
in all-time school history.
Yep.
It's like, wow. Who? Like, who's the guy? If it's not Jeremiah Smith, what are we talking about?
It's fucking disgusting. It makes me, and I don't know. It almost feels like we grew up in like where college football was this niche thing, and it's become so much more popular. And it's like, no, private equity is ruining my favorite sandwich shop.
But then I had someone reply to me on there, and they're just like, "What's wrong with this?" Like, it's showing transparency instead of just a handshake deal. It's like, I'm not worried about the deals.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm bitching about.
I've always been for players getting
that's
what
not
they're
this
worth.
is.
Yeah.
It's the optics of like this is now a spectacle.
We have to throw a parade because you fucking are coming back to the school you committed to. Bravo.
Well,
Like it drives me up a fucking wall.
Klatt's like, where were you going?
Yeah.
Like it's different in the NFL when you have free agency, your contract's coming up and you have the opportunity to leave. But like, we didn't know you were leaving. Like, so every year we have to worry about these people leaving now.
Yeah.
That's what we don't want to start.
It's like you're an engineer at OpenAI. Like everybody's calling for you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. It drives me crazy.
What happens if Underwood jumps?
He follows LSU football on Twitter now.
Does that throw a wrench in this whole portal equation?
I mean, I think if Lane can get his hands on Bryce Underwood, it's fucking ball game.
Yeah, I agree. I
don't think he had a great year, and I think it's went pretty much exactly as we said that they were going to put this dynamic athlete in this bullshit offense that's not going to showcase his talents. If Lane gets his hands on him, like choo-choo, let's go.
Yeah, and so I think people are trying to make the argument about, well, it's going to take time to develop. You need to win immediately.
Not really.
I think that development for that kid will probably take off pretty quickly with in the right hands.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think the upside of Bryce Underwood is your best bet if that happens. I also think Michigan's going to be like, whatever it takes.
I agree. You
want to raise? Like, we need you.
They need a coach.
We don't know who was coaching our team.
They need a coach.
We need to keep Underwood.
I understand.
Should be Muschamp.
I understand that the tweets have come out and blah, blah, blah. The longer this goes, the more I just believe it's Kalen DeBoer. And
What?
I can't help it. I know he
Really?
sent the vote of well, what the fuck are they doing then? If I'm Michigan, I'm fucking have the plane in Eli Drinkowitz's front yard until he hops on. And it's like, this is our guy. He can get us through this period. Like, maybe he's not the best available. Maybe we could get Dillingham, but it's like, too bad. This is our guy, and we're going. They're not doing shit.
I thought that had broke, and like then the dust settled on that one.
Yeah, I thought he squashed it.
That's what I'm talking
Oh, you're
about.
talking about Dillingham.
Yeah, Dillingham.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer sent out a tweet. I saw it. He
Well,
said he's
yeah,
just
he sent out a
focused.
tweet.
But no
and
one
so
like
did the
really
AD.
thought. No one was reporting though that DeBoer took the job. There was more
There
than
was
one
a-
like troll
Yeah.
that like actually was thinking like, hey, no, this is a done deal.
I'm not telling you I'm right. I'm just telling you that every second that ticks by that nothing happens, just in my stomach, it feels like DeBoer's going to pull. He's going to probably fucking OU, the Bama killer.
Yeah.
Is just going to do it again, which part of me really wants Bama to win and then watch Mendoza rip their hearts out. Like, that's what I want to happen. But OU beats them. The rumors, Alabama fans upset. He's like, well, actually, guys, I'm just a Northern guy.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
I don't either, but I can't
Not
help
because of DeBoer being like, I don't want the job. Or vice versa. I think this is a bigger mess
I agree.
over there, and it's not attractive right now.
I can't help my gut, and I'm just telling you what it's rumbling down there.
I think for everybody that was just like laughing and throwing mud at us about how disastrous of our search was, I think in reality, like, it's this Michigan situation that's a disaster. And there's so many people that are trying to decide who's going to actually hire the coach. Do we fire the AD? Is the AD going to come back? Like, who do we have to please? Is Larry Ellison and his girlfriend doing this search? Like, I think that
Is Dave in on it?
I think they're trying for the big fish, and one of those big fish is obviously Kalen DeBoer. I think him brushing it aside is genuine and being like, I'm not entertaining this. They tried. I said no.
Fair.
This has been over for 2 weeks.
Matt Campbell's dream job.
So I don't know where they go with it. I'd be shocked. Would it be par for the course of shocking events this year? Yes.
Yeah. Look,
So
and
it's-
QG in the comments, hashtag Pate said DeBoer staying is real and Dillingham wasn't. Like, I get it. I'm with you.
Dillingham's responses are
Pate
far more.
is just a more popular Matt Moscona. He has everything that's ever fucking been dropped 3 days before, but just kept it in his pocket.
Especially for Bama.
Especially for Bama. So I'm just telling you, I get it. The gut does what the gut wants, and I can't help what the gut says.
All right, let's break down the playoffs.
Wait,
Can we talk
speaking
about
of-
Boom real quick, Muschamp?
Oh, I thought we said it. Sorry.
I was going to say, speaking of coaching changes, did you see who Southern is hiring as their tight ends coach?
Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk's brother, Trev.
Trev.
Ben Miles.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Forgot that whole family existed.
Are they
Okay.
going to hire Kenzel for safety?
They're-
So free my boy, PK.
Ben Miles is coming in as a tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator at the University of Southern
Sweet.
University.
Good for him.
I didn't know Southern had those.
And Manny Miles has been on staff at UNC. I looked this up earlier.
The farther we get away, the more respect I have for Old Les. I'll tell you that.
100%.
As I've grown in my years. And
The
was
Hatter?
it time? Yes. Was it time? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're with Lane Kiffin, the visor man now. We
Yeah.
can look back on the Mad Hatter and be like,
Visor
those were the
man.
days.
It's
Love
it's just crazy how, I don't know. It's just like we grew up with Nick Saban and so much has happened in that like stretch of time that it's just, I don't know.
them. Yeah, Little Nicky has officially transitioned, in my opinion, to the media guy.
I think, God, was it Ole Miss? Maybe it was an A&M fan, and they were, Saban made a comment, I guess, with McAfee today that he thinks A&M like pipes in music, and there was just quote tweets of like, every fucking day that goes by, I hate this prick more. And I'm like, it's so funny because I wish death on Nick Saban 5 years ago. And the second
I
he
love him.
retired, I was just like, I fucking love
is
this
our
guy.
Thank you so much for all you did.
Yes, I swear, I literally would wish death upon this man because he did. And the
That
second
will
he
not
left,
happen with Ole Miss and Lane.
Yeah,
if
I
Lane
agree.
goes on a run with LSU,
100%.
there will never be a day where they're just like, love you, brother. Thank you so much for that season.
It's so true. And I feel like, and granted, I think it's impossible for anyone to have success like Saban did with blah, blah, blah. But I truly believe that we're living in the second generation of a situation like that, where for as long as Lane's here, which again, I know I could be left at the altar and be wrong. I think Lane's here for a while.
Yeah.
I think this is a job you stay
Give me
at for a
6.
while.
Give me 6 years. That'd be great.
See, I think we're going longer than that, man. I really do. I just don't think he wants to go to the NFL, and I don't think there's a better job worth jumping LSU for. If you're
If
in
Lane
the
Kiffin's
talks
here
to
for a
get that
decade,
job, you're
man,
good enough here.
Yeah, if Lane Kiffin is here until how old is he? 54
Yeah, I think he's
or 50?
I think he's right around
I
50.
think he just turned 50. Can you imagine Lane Kiffin being here for 15 years?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And every
just-
fucking year,
I don't know
outside of a random one-off, we just rub Ole Miss's face in it.
That'd be amazing.
They're gonna hate him for I
We
really
can
do
dream that
believe
scenario up today.
that he's our Nick Saban, Darth Vader, the second coming.
I love it. I love it. I hope so. That'd be incredible.
I just love that we don't have to talk Muschamp a lot, but I just love that the rounds of the GIF came back of like Muschamp and Saban just getting in someone's
Loved
ass.
it. Pardon my take, tweeting that out. It's like, thank you for the coverage.
Yeah, and it just is so funny because like Muschamp's obviously crazy, but it just looks like an Arrested Development skit of like the assistant general manager like trying to act like the boss, and it's just like, is Muschamp built for the world of player empowerment and NIL?
No.
Is he Bo Pelini strolling into those fucking Texas gates?
This is just yet another like straw for me of just like Sark's not legit. Like
what's going on over there?
There's another little like ripple of
But they're going to be ranked 6 to start this year next
for
year.
sure. Awesome. We'll
Dude,
see you at home.
They're getting some guys. They're losing some guys in the portal. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah. Well, everyone's
going to lose
They
players.
lost every running back. Like
I know.
huge people.
But like everyone talking about Wardell Mack and Derek Williams, it's like those guys weren't starting. It's just like the other night I had a buddy text me like, damn, y'all losing a lot. I'm just like,
are we?
One dude that has transferred actually played.
Yeah.
Texas is number 1 in the SEC right now in players entering the transfer portal. And they still have their coach.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like crazy.
They're also very rich and they're going to get it wherever they want.
And I also think, and like, this is not like making excuses for Texas, but I also think
there is shit happening. I agree, Grant.
Fair. I agree. But in general, Texas is a school that's recruited very well. And so those top ranked guys who maybe aren't playing as much as they thought, or they think they can go to a better team, those dudes may be more likely to leave for more money. Like, I think that when you recruit as well as Texas, you're going to have more of that attrition of maybe guys unhappy with playing time, blah, blah, blah. Whereas LSU, that happens, and it's guys that are, most people don't know that's not in the thick of it.
Well, I think you're going to see the interesting thing is, like, I don't think you're keeping both. If you get Kinwan Lacey, you're not keeping both Caden Durham and Harlan Berry.
Correct.
So someone's going to leave there. I think
it's Durham, but
if it works out in our favor, yeah,
it wouldn't shock me if old boy rolls into Ole Miss with Frank.
Yeah, something, who knows? But like those surprises will happen, and it's going to be like, damn, is something wrong with our program? It's like, no, this is just the reality. You're going to lose a ton of players that you should kind of recycle through, but then you're going to have a handful that you're questioning, like, damn, we let this dude go.
Yeah.
And it's not because of anything you did. It's agents making deals and they weren't bought into what y'all were doing. That's it.
Trust the process. If he could do what he did at Ole Miss with quote unquote inferior talent, then it's like, I feel confident that
I just wish I could tell the offensive players like my enthusiasm, right? And just be like, guys, just hold on.
Well, Gordon told Moscona that at his bike fair that the buzz was positive. That's all we could say though.
I mean, that picture of him and Frank on the sideline today, all love. 1, Kiffin's got calves.
Yep.
2, I think the team was buttoned up. I think they were probably like, hey, I want to stay here. I want to play for Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I think fucking Nuss was taking.
I don't know. It's like, guys.
Nuss is like, give me back in.
These dudes were here under Brian Kelly, which by all accounts wasn't the most fun.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to think that Lane Kiffin is a boost in the locker room compared to that.
And they're probably going to win. Let's talk playoffs. Let's go to the bracket.
I know that it's like the easiest take of all time, and everyone has probably already made it. It is an absolute fucking travesty that A&M Miami game is not at night.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
The 11 o'clock throws a
Can you
curveball
imagine
and all
if they gave us an 11 o'clock playoff game? Like, we would consider like sitting out.
They would never, but then A&M probably said the same thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so the top. Let's look at the top bracket. So we've got Alabama and Oklahoma.
First game, Alabama, Oklahoma, tomorrow night,
That's
Friday
tomorrow.
night.
So this is an interesting game here. Kind of a coin flip. I actually think this is going to be an Oklahoma victory. I'm leaning Oklahoma here.
Every time Alabama and Oklahoma has played, I feel like in my lifetime, I've been like, Bama's going to roll, and OU wins every one of those fucking games. I still deep down think Alabama's going to win this game. but it's just hard to pick it. I'm a Ty Simpson believer. I know it didn't look good against Georgia, and I know it hasn't been the best finish where he was like Heisman locked to not even in the ceremony. Like, I get all that, but I watched a lot of Bama games, and pretty much any time he needed a big throw, the fucking dude made it. So I'm a Ty Simpson believer, unfortunately.
I do think, though, that I think Venables and that team is like quietly playing really good ball. And I think the game against us was just a little bump along the road, overlooking us.
It's a tough look, though, when we should have won that game.
No, I get it. I don't know. I think there's just something about Oklahoma at home against Alabama. I think Alabama's going to choke. That's just me. It could be. I mean, it's a toss-up game. I don't think this is a fucking blowout either way.
I agree. I think it's a fun. I'm glad that this game is like the lone night game. I think this deserves to be the prime time type of game.
I think Mateer's like, hey, remember me? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's a big one. So
it feels a little lackluster just because you have the two of JMU and Tulane. Like, if Ole Miss was playing Texas, it would be a fucking elite weekend.
Very lame. It sucks. We really have to wait another 2 weeks before we get like legit games, right? Oklahoma and Alabama, good game. JMU, Oregon, that's just stupid. That's absolutely stupid. Tulane and Ole Miss. This game is less stupid. I think there is an opportunity for Tulane to make some noise here.
That spread's weird.
It's just, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a tough ask. Like, is there a scenario where things aren't buttoned up in Ole Miss and Tulane? And again, Tulane also has a coach leaving. Granted, he's still there. But, yeah, it's hard for me to think, like, Tulane has a legitimate shot to pull this off. I say 1 out of 10 times they play this game, sure.
And it's more of me wishing very greatly now that Ole Miss crumbles as soon as possible.
Yes, but
because that's like we're just on hold until that.
But happens. I'm telling you, it might be sweet to just let them have their week in the sun, and then Kirby goes in and does what they did to Alabama against Ole Miss.
The biggest athletic event in Mississippi history.
Did you see the tweet of the dude sitting outside of Georgia Stadium and you could just hear Kirby just laying into the boys? I mean, like,
complete a fucking pass. A bye week, dude.
Yes, like that's I don't know.
That's why they're gonna cruise past Ole Miss in the next round. This is the game, though. I think this is going to be the game where it's just I don't know what to think of this. 11
a.m. kick.
Miami
so
at
bad.
A&M. I've been so high on A&M all season that this 11 o'clock situation has me feeling like I need to bet Cristobal.
Hey, they have free course lights starting at 7 a.m. at
How about Ole Miss fucking doing a bring your buddy to the game because we haven't sold out the $68,000 stadium, 68,000 stadium.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they tweeted out like if you're a student, you can bring a friend for $25.
If you're a student,
biggest event in history of the state.
How is this possible?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we
all
had
smoke screens, dude?
Bryant Kelly or Ed Orgeron or anyone, if we had a home playoff game, those tickets would be out of control.
Yeah. Yeah, people are already lining up to buy them now.
I think I do believe that Miami's defense is going to be able to slow A&M down. It's just hard for me not to pick A&M in this game.
Grant, while you're clicking around, can you find something for us in preparation?
Look, this is the buddy pass.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke.
No, it's real.
That's great. They're not as big as they think they are. Sorry, guys. But let them have their moment.
What do you want me to look up?
I want you to look. I want you to keep sharing this. Where I've got it pulled up here. I need to look at it. But find the locations for these quarterfinal games. Because I think that's something we need to consider.
I believe the Georgia game is NOLA.
It is.
That's the Sugar Bowl.
Ohio State is the Cotton Bowl.
So they have to. Okay,
so they would have to play A&M in Dallas, Fort Worth.
That changes things for me. If you look at, like, I think if A&M can get past Miami, they're beating Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. I think that's a prediction. I think Georgia rolls that side and represents that side.
So what are we'll talk about that when they get there.
And that's the New Year's Eve game. And then the next three are on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So you have the Texas Tech is the Orange Bowl.
All right, hold on. Before we get there,
Oh.
let's stay on this side for a second. So the big what I'm saying
We're
is
Georgia.
in my opinion, Miami does not beat Ohio State if they make it to the second round.
Agree.
I think A&M has
In
a
Dallas.
good chance
Yeah.
of beating Ohio State in the second round. I just don't know how to call this game between Miami and A&M. That's why I feel like on the other side, Alabama and Oklahoma, I think whoever makes it past that, I have Indiana beating them. Like I do think Indiana is going to win that second round game.
So would that be the Rose Bowl? No.
Fiesta?
That game's the Rose Bowl.
No, Rose.
So California, beautiful.
That's right, because I saw did you see that jacket, the Indiana with the rose on it? That was a sick jacket.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about the other side for a second. So Indiana Rose Bowl, and then you said Texas Tech where?
Yeah, Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl.
Which is
Miami.
Yeah.
JMU versus Texas Tech in Miami.
Could you imagine Oregon and Miami? Like
I can.
Yeah.
I can, just as much as I can imagine Texas
I know,
Tech
but what
there.
I'm saying is that's a huge
It's a
time
big travel,
swing.
big travel, but
Like I think it favors Texas Tech in
I
terms
know.
of that.
I just think they have a lot of kids probably from Miami on that team.
They only have one, Mike. I just looked it up. So that
Yeah,
Just looked it up.
I guarantee you they've got some Florida boys. But before you get sidetracked with that,
I'm here.
let's go through. So who do you have? I guess we both have Ole Miss. Everyone's got Oregon. I think we coin flipped on Oklahoma.
I'll take Alabama.
Alabama. I took OU.
I'm going to be rooting for Oklahoma, but deep down, I just think Alabama's going to win that game. Maybe that's
Did you make any
residual
picks?
Bama in
No,
me.
it's a coin flip. I'm going with the home team.
And you're picking Oklahoma, you said?
Yeah.
For a lot of my life, I told myself never again will I not take Nick Saban in a coin flip game. So I think there's some residual feelings of Bama as just the brand walking into this, but
I'm taking OU as well.
good. Okay. I'm going to be rooting for OU. Point,
My friend.
done.
My friend, we're good.
But
My
again,
friend.
getting Mendoza just diming up DeBoer would be fun to watch.
It'd be great to watch. I just don't want to see them be like, yeah, we deserve to be in.
But our wide receivers paint their nails.
Okay, so A&M Miami is the question.
I'm going to pick A&M. It feels like home field in a playoff game has to matter. I know 11 a.m. sucks. Again, Miami, that's
No
even
kids,
earlier.
No kids from Miami.
That's even earlier Miami time, boys. East Coast to Central time.
I really, really want to see a second round A&M beat Ohio State.
It's hard for me to pick Carson Beck in a game like this.
I see the vision of Carson Beck in a sunlit Kyle Field, like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, just laying on the ground.
Picks
dirty,
everywhere.
just white jersey, all dirty.
I still think Ohio State beats A&M.
That's fine. That's my bold pick.
Who'd you pick?
I got A&M.
Who'd you pick?
A&M.
I picked A&M.
Okay, so we all picked A&M. So let's talk about the second round. So let's jump over to the other side.
Just keep hopping.
Either one, Alabama or Oklahoma. Do you think Indiana beats both?
Yes.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Indiana. I think
I think Indiana's good.
I think Indiana's very good, but I think they've had their moment.
Agree.
And I think it ends after they beat Oklahoma or Alabama. And I think Oregon ends up beating them to go to the national championship.
I still like Texas Tech in that game.
Isn't that Oregon's only loss?
Yes.
Indiana?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's just a rematch
Yes.
and they pull it off. And it's like, damn, Indiana almost
In the
did it.
semis?
But they had a Heisman and they won the Big Ten.
I like Texas Tech in that game, I think.
That's where I differ. My take on Texas Tech is,
And I think Texas Tech can beat Indiana. Like, I think that this is a
Ooh.
tough Indiana. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Indiana's not in the national championship. I think they probably,
Wouldn't shock me?
I don't know,
This is
Georgia, Ohio State would be a pretty
my
big game.
bold take is Oklahoma. Is their defense
getting to the semis.
Could maybe Mateer
it's
have
semi-
taken the months to get
maximum's
healthy?
maximum's the semis. They're not getting any further than the semis. They're going to lose to Texas Tech or Oregon.
Yeah.
But if they beat Bama, they're going to be playing on a high note.
Yeah.
Right. I think like the defense is like legit. They might have the best defense on this board right here.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I think Indiana hasn't necessarily. I mean, they've played some defenses.
Ohio
They played some.
State's
That
got
Ohio
Hey.
State win is pretty fucking
It was
impressive.
big. It was
Very
big. But what I'm
impressive.
saying is they're like, Mendoza went to the high. Like, how's he going to perform after
no,
all
I
the
think
stuff? And so
they're-
I'm like, that's a good. Oklahoma, they can do it. I think they can
And
pull
the
it off more than Alabama
SEC
can.
would be. Oh,
I see where you're going with that. I think they have one more week. And
I do too.
I think it's the rematch against Oregon that they get sniped. And it's like, damn,
Yeah.
it's someone that saw us before.
Yeah.
They game planned the hell out of it, and they figured it out with Dan Lanning.
I completely agree. So now I'm just realizing that we're, in my mind, having either a Texas Tech or Oregon in the national championship, which is crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy. That'd be awesome.
It'd be
Kinda.
cool. It'd be like, hey, this is different. Like, I don't want to go chalk. You know,
That's
what I'm
going to be
saying?
a fun. I hope Texas Tech Oregon is like the game it should be.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be
Like,
a
I
good game.
hope. What
wish it
time
was
is that
this
game going to
weekend.
be? That
I know. I
game-
just wish one more legit team.
Wait. You want to hear something? That's going to be the 11 a.m. game on New Year's Day.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Oh,
So give me Texas Tech.
damn. So that's gonna be like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
That's gross.
And they don't have any Miami kids. I just looked it up.
Well, I was gonna say man,
None.
they don't even have a bye, so they've probably been practicing at fucking 6 a.m.
That's crazy. Somebody, we
That
gotta
sucks.
we gotta consult someone about the timing of these games.
Well, they do get 9 days between games or whatever.
Yeah, which
like-
also sucks.
Or
You
10,
just-
10 games, whatever.
1,000 times out of 1,000 have to put the Ole Miss game at 11, the Oregon game at 2:30, and
Yeah.
the A&M game at night. Like 1,000 times out of 1,000. Or you can get really spicy and throw the Alabama OU game in there as
Yeah.
the 2:30.
How did they not negotiate that?
That's insane.
The night game's going to be Georgia Ole Miss or
Imagine
whatever.
us with the Lane Kiffin offense just licking our chops, and we're like, well, we're gonna have to play at 11 a.m. twice.
Crazy.
God dang that.
No, yeah, Sugar Bowl's
really-
always at night.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. 11 a.m. those two teams.
Yeah, with Tulane there. Are you kidding me?
All right, so let's move forward. So
to the other side of the bracket.
Texas Tech,
Let's go to the other side of the bracket.
Texas Tech and Oregon. All right, let's go. So I think A&M beats Ohio State and goes to the semis against
Yeah.
Georgia.
Dude, I don't know, man. I like Ohio State.
I do too, man. I think it's just this. I think playoffs might have a lot to do with momentum. They're sitting there, just sitting, licking their ass after getting beat in the Big Ten championship, and then their next, their next game, they show up at the Cotton Bowl against a momentous A&M that is just driving an hour and a half, 2 hours away, whatever.
Home team 4-0 against the spread last year.
Yeah,
Indiana should have won by 17. It should have, would have, could have, Indiana boy.
yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda, Sam. Go back to the bracket. So you've got Ohio State going to the semis.
It's hard.
That's fine.
Look,
know
I
it's-
think
dude, you
A&M's
don't have to
good,
agree.
but it's just they feel like they're a little fraudulent and to an
It's fine.
extent.
Who is?
A&M.
You think A&M's more fraudulent?
Like I think they're a good team, and I think Marcel Reese could get loose. Marcel
Reed.
I
Reed.
don't.
Excuse me?
I see A&M as another team. They might have the second best, defense.
Facts.
Like I can see I can see A&M.
Have you thought about
beating-
Pete Golding's defense?
We're not to that
Okay.
side of the bracket yet.
We
We're
are.
not to
We're on
side.
that side.
Say
We're not
Giants,
to. No,
man.
that is
Dying for this
that
thing.
is the
It's
quadrant.
not the right quadrant. It's the right side.
Bottom right quadrant. No, I can
Rein
see
it in.
A&M.
Come on, let's rein it in.
I can see A&M beating Ohio State, like Mike said. I don't know. It just seems like this is the year. I don't think they get it done in the national championship,
No, I think Georgia goes
but
to
they
the
can
national
beat Ohio
championship.
State.
I just,
Miami cannot beat Ohio State. I agree with you.
All right, let me just fast forward. I think Georgia and Oregon play for the national championship. I think it's a Dan Lanning versus his
That's two sides of the bracket.
what?
That's you're going with both
Except
sides.
for the national championship.
Right,
So
that's-
fast forward.
That's both sides.
Georgia versus Oregon in the national
I like it.
championship.
I like it.
Who you got?
I still think it's going to be Ohio State.
versus Texas Tech or Oregon.
I'm gonna say yeah, but I can't cop out.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, I feel like I've planted my Texas Tech flag, so I have to take it. I do.
And Ohio State's your winner.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not chalk.
Isn't that crazy? God, I don't know, man.
No, they're really good, dude. I'm going that my big limb is that A&M beats them. I don't think A&M makes it past Georgia.
It's hard for me to get over that. Like all year, I was like, yeah, Georgia's not the same. Georgia sucks, and I also think they're just gonna like promenade into the fucking national championship game.
Now, I think a lot like if Ohio State were to beat A&M, I might have to think about Georgia versus Ohio State a little bit longer.
Yeah,
than I would Georgia versus A&M.
Agreed. Where is the national championship?
It is in Glendale, Arizona. No,
it's in.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Hard Rock Stadium.
Hard Rock in Miami.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
The semis are in Glendale in Mercedes-Benz, Atlanta.
Okay. So what side? Okay, so it would be Tech versus Oregon and Glendale. I mean,
no.
It would be
Indiana versus Texas Tech.
Who'd you say, Oregon and Georgia?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
I'm going to just go with, we're going to go with Texas Tech and A&M. I'm just going to mix it up.
Whoa. So you're going all the way with A&M. You just stole my theory, and then you're like, I'm taking it all the way.
Because I was going to say,
wouldn't that be sweet for Texas Tech to be the team that fucking Heisman stiff arms out A&M into getting
or Georgia. I was going to say Georgia, then I'm like, that's just too easy.
Texas Tech versus A&M would be a wild.
But I didn't know Texas Tech was playing at 11 a.m. against Oregon.
That'd be such a snoozer.
I would have Oregon.
Fucking Texas Tech for the national championship. That would suck.
But I could also see like,
but it could happen.
Indiana A&M.
No chance Ole Miss beats Georgia, right?
No,
none.
No,
absolutely not.
I was going to say
Kirby is
Tulane.
Not losing to fucking Golding in the playoffs. That would be crazy. Lane would have figure something out. He'd make a deal with Chambliss or something.
You gotta go down.
You want to play for me next year? You want to play for Joe Judge? Yeah, I think Oregon versus Georgia that's my prediction. And I don't know. I laid some money on Oregon to pull it off.
Yeah,
just a small half nug. Sprinkle.
I feel like it's winding down. So if anybody wants to pop anything in the chat, feel like anything we missed, hop in there. Yeah, I figured you were there for the Big Ten championship game.
That pick six made it look better. Indiana should have won. Oh, Sam was what did he say? Was in the stadium for the big. Okay, the Big
He's
Ten
an Indiana guy. His mom went there. I think I remember.
Is this all in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
No, I went on their podcast one time.
Oh, okay, got it.
I haven't been invited back. Weirdly enough. Kind of strange.
Is Sam the same guy that you were talking with in the DMs?
Yeah, yeah, Dumb Brain Picks or something like that. He's got a group DM with us, unencrypted, so you got to be careful.
I got called out in my DMs by one of our fans.
For being a giant lib.
Yeah. So the Sharon Moore guy that called it out 2 weeks ahead of time was on this fucking old man DEI rant.
Yeah.
That's how it was discovered. And I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah.
Well, this dude gets in my DMs and he's like, what do you mean by this? Like, why would you do this? Like, you can't spread DEI stuff. I'm like, that's not what I'm doing. It's how crazy it is that this old guy going off on like a political rant is the guy that broke the news 2 weeks ahead of time of the biggest scandal this season in football.
What Facebook link is Frank posting?
So I clicked it. It doesn't do anything. So the comment says, great technological skill from the future Ole Miss recruit.
Retweet that. That's great.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. I was just seeing if anything was popping off here.
Did they find the brown shooter?
Yeah, he was in the
university.
Gotta say it differently, Mike.
Wait, he's.
I don't know. Well, thanks
what
for.
What are we talking about? What are you? Is this Frank Wilson?
No.
That's the Facebook post.
All right, guys, are we done?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're good.
Are we?
Thanks for indulging me and doing a pod. I was feeling a little left out
Did you
listening
think
to
we
the
weren't going to have a
boys.
show tonight?
I don't know. I wanted to make sure that we got together before Christmas and then New Year's, and a lot has
100%.
happened.
There's a lot going on. January 2nd is going to be
Grant's going to be
crazy.
in Patterson for the next 4 months.
Not
Mike's probably
till-
going to Texas any day now.
Yeah, are you going to see Kenny?
on the bachelor trip. That's
He's
in
going to
February.
Glendale,
Yeah, Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
The other Dale.
Playing a little golf.
Chippendale.
They're going to the waste management tournament.
Oh, good luck. You?
Yeah, for RJ's bachelor trip.
You're going to feel so old.
Oh, I know.
I promise
No,
you.
he's not, dude. He's going to be funneling.
He's going to be tarps
Yeah.
off
Come on, guys, keep up.
with the 20-year-olds that are ripped as fuck.
Anybody want breakfast? Hey, so you're going back. Speaking of bachelor party, next year you're going back to Knoxville for bachelor party.
Potentially, yeah.
Whose party?
His future brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we should all become friends in that meantime and catch an invite.
I already told Mike we would have to.
We're just taking a family vacation.
No, you
We're
know
gonna
how
get a
on
cabin
Mike's trip-
family.
You know, on
And then
Mike's
if we
trip,
see him, we
is-
see him.
Sweetens Cove.
you remember on Mike's trip, we had a few that were just like, "I'm going." Like,
Yeah.
Yes,
So I-
zombie.
I think
I haven't seen those guys in years.
I think that's what we do because I'm going to be much older than these folks that are on this that bachelor trip.
Yeah, you could cook him breakfast.
You know,
I'll make a gumbo.
I still have those videos of you.
It was gumbo.
fixing the radio.
I
Remember
was
the pimple
thinking.
poppers?
I was thinking over the last few days that, and I didn't text you guys, and we're just going to say this on the pod. So if they listen long enough, they can reach out. But I was thinking maybe at some point in the next couple weeks, we could do a Go Team collab
Interesting.
with a little like top LSU moments of the last 25 years, little like
25
draft.
years.
Well, it's 2025,
Oh.
quarter
Oh,
decade.
so you want to play a game?
Yeah, do a little draft for like best LSU moments of the last quarter decade.
Okay. Yeah.
You hear that, Go Team?
So
We'll
if
see if they
Chip
hit
or
us up.
Dan is still listening at the hour 20 mark,
Yeah, that'd be fun. They've hung around.
I just
all
figured if we
season.
did
They've done
just
a good
3,
job.
it would be like, I don't know, I could just live in the Tyrann Matthew world and we could do a draft and it wouldn't be that fun. But if you have 5, 6 people doing
How
it,
about this? Let's get Lon to be the mediator, like the announcer, and it's us versus Go Team.
let's get him to be the Steve Harvey and we'll do a
He's the-
family feud,
Yeah.
us versus the Go Team. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be good. All right. Well, I guess till next time.
It's been fun, boys.
We'll talk about
Merry
it.
Christmas, Happy New Year,
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything you celebrate. We're here to be on your team in the compliance department.
Over now.
We don't segregate, we don't mitigate.
Staring at the sun, oh my boys, you know. Say